Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yandan with Evening News. The headlines. Government issues accessibility guidelines for private TV channels to broadcast news at least once a day in sign language. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Padan visits border areas under Zirangong Range in Mokokchung. Nagaland state-level Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao launches Jano Khelo Jido, a board game related to child issues, human trafficking and migration. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites citizens to contribute inputs for Independence Day speech. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075 and state helpline number 1800-345-0019. And now the news. The government issues accessibility guidelines for private TV channels to broadcast news at least once a day in sign language. The implementation of the accessibility standards for the private TV channels is being monitored by the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, and monthly reports are generated. Informing this to the Lok Sabha in a written reply, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said the ministry has formulated and issued accessibility standards for television program for hearing impaired on September 11 in 2019. Thakur said Doordarshan facilitates accessibility to TV programs and news for persons with hearing impairment. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Padan today visited areas under Zirangong Range, Mokokchung, and interacted with leaders representing different organizations. During the interaction, Padan assured that the government is serious about the situation unfolding in the area and it is on the watch. He added that the matter is being taken up at the highest level for a peaceful resolution. Padan also conducted an aerial survey of the border villages. Advisor Dr. Longdenikan, DGP Nagaland, Commissioner Nagaland, IGP Range, DIGP Range, DC and SP Mokokchung, CO 2nd NAP and others were also present during the meeting. Nagaland state-level Beti Bachao Beti Padhao launches Jano Khelo Jido, Learn, Play, Win, a board game created and designed by ARS, Anne Rahid Zindagi, an NGO based in Goa, working on the issue of sexual violence. The board game was launched today by Commissioner and Secretary of Social Welfare Department, Sarah Ritze. Jano Khelo Jido is a game to build awareness and knowledge on child sexual abuse, child labor, child rights, human trafficking, and migration. To make the game interesting, the game includes information relating to general knowledge about India. The board game has been introduced in different parts of India and has been successful in reaching out to different target groups. A virtual training of the game with ARS will be conducted for functionaries dealing with sexual abuse under the department. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited citizens to contribute their inputs for the Independence Day speech. Modi will pick up some of the ideas in his speech on 15th August. Over the last few years, the Prime Minister has directly invited ideas and suggestions from citizens for the Independence Day speech. Prime Minister's office, PMO, said the thoughts of the citizens will reverberate from the ramparts of Red Fort and people can share their ideas and suggestions on citizen engagement platform, MyGov. The Central Board of Secondary Education today announced the Class 12 results. They are available in the official websites of the board, cbscresults.nic.in and www.cbsc.gov.in. The exams were cancelled this year in view of COVID-19 pandemic. National Human Rights Commission NHRC has opened entries for its 7th annual competition for short films on human rights. NHRC has said that the aim of the award scheme is to encourage and acknowledge cinematic, and creative efforts of Indian citizens, irrespective of their age, towards the promotion and protection of human rights. Entries have been invited online only. The last date for receipt of entries is 15th October. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. Governor of Nagaland R.N. Ravi has extended warm Naknulam greetings to the people of Nagaland, especially to the Chang brothers and sisters. The governor said the festival celebrates the triumph of light over darkness, good over evil, and love over hatred. On this occasion, the Changs share their produce, exchange gifts, and care for one another. He stated that a centuries-old festival and its rituals signify and embody the deep-seated philosophy of the community and its cultural values of peaceful and harmonious coexistence, not only among the people, but also with the environment. Governor Ravi called upon all to celebrate Naknulam festival in its true spirit while observing COVID-appropriate behavior. The governor also wishes the community all good health, peace and prosperity. On the occasion of Naknulam, Chief Minister Nipirio has also extended greetings to the Chang community. Rio expressed hope that a festival of good over evil be observed in its true spirit and foster goodwill among all sections of the people. The Chief Minister further conveyed his best wishes for the well-being of everyone. Supreme Court has agreed to hear the Pegasus surveillance issue next week. The petition was filed by Director of Hindu Group of Publications N. Ram and founder of AsiaNet, Sashi Kumar, seeking an inquiry by a sitting or retired judge of the Supreme Court. The matter was mentioned by senior advocate Kapil Sibal today before Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana, who agreed to list the case next week. Angami Students' Union ASU has appealed to their telecom service provider to strengthen its network connectivity for the welfare of the students' community. In a press release, ASU said that teaching learning has been shifted to online classes since last year with the pandemic, which requires a good internet connection. The student body, however, stated that a bad network connection in both rural as well as urban setting has resulted in communication gap and glitches and thereby hindering the flow of online classes and learning activities. Observing this issue, ASU therefore expressed concern for the students and urged the telecom service providers to look into the issue and strengthen the network connectivity. The Director General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, today issued a circular saying that scheduled international commercial flights will remain suspended till 31st of August. However, the restrictions will not be applicable on international cargo operations and flights specifically approved by DGCA. The Director General of Civil Aviation said that international scheduled flights may be allowed on selected routes by the competent authority on case-to-case basis. In the Tokyo Olympics, Indian girls hogged the attention of sports lovers. India's ace shuttler P.V. Sindhu stormed into the semi-final of Tokyo Olympic, blowing away Agani Yamaguchi of Japan in a blood-curdling encounter by 21-13 and 22-20. Boxer Lovlina Borgohain ensured a medal for India today. Borgohain entered the semi-final women's welterweight category, defeating Chen Nin-chin of Chinese Taipei 4-1. In women's hockey, India won Pool A group match, defeating Ireland 1-0, keeping its hopes alive in the Olympics. And now to end the news, here are the main points again. Government issues accessibility guidelines for private TV channels to broadcast news at least once a day in signed language. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Budden visits border areas under Zrangong Range in Makukchung. Nagaland state-level Bedi Bachao, Bedi Padhao launches Jano Khelo Jido, a board game related to child issues, human trafficking and migration. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites citizens to contribute inputs for Independence Day speech. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.